battle, which is the reality for so many soldiers at war. You know, I mean, so many people, like a lot of my friends have been to battle in Somalia and you know, the Gulf War and different parts of the world, and they go in specializing in one area and they come out knowing a whole lot more about a lot of other stuff because of what happens in the moment. So it's sort of some of the stuff that we're dealing with in this episode. I think I'm really excited about this episode. My preface. For you. Yeah, absolutely. Except it didn't quite have the profound effect that it has on him today. And if we go back to episode 11, when Josh, you know, when Josh's life finished, and Mick was, you know, Mick tried to save him, and I mean, the part of him, he's pretty good as kind of turning it off and just dealing what he has to deal with. But that blood, I mean, there was so much blood. He was just the urge to do what comes now instinctively and naturally to him now. It was right at the surface the whole time. You know, so yes, he did deal. He was no stranger to blood and body parts and stuff. Look, personally, I think, you know, you make all sorts of character decisions that never necessarily make it to the final cut of a show or a film, but one of the things I'd sort of done a lot of thinking about was that perhaps in the many years that Mick has had, and before he became a private investigator as well, in that time, that transition time for him, which was a number of years, he may have gone off and actually studied hematology, you know, I mean, gone and done a lot of research and got like really well educated in, you know, in blood. And so, well, you're talking about this guy. I mean, he's got such a sort of strict set of morals. You know, I mean, he doesn't kill for pleasure, and he doesn't anymore. And he doesn't, you know, he gets his blood from a blood bank, and he doesn't. You know, he's structured this way of living and this way of existing as a vampire that sort of sits more comfortably with him than what is instinctive to him. And I think that it's probably, I'm sure it's all to do with each other. You know what I mean? So yeah, I mean, he knows. And the other thing is that when he's consuming blood, he knows all about the cells and about the structure of blood and stuff, whereas a lot of vampires may not. I do a lot of my own stuff. In the first 12 episodes, I did more than I've been doing in the last few weeks, simply because I don't have the time. We've got like a number of different units shooting. We've got a little more money, so we can afford to shoot at that pace that we need to. And so if they need me on main unit and the stunts are being done on the second unit and I just can't be there, then I have to let it go. But I really love doing that. You know, I've got a harness that I use for wire work, you know, going up in the air and doing big jumps and stuff. I really like the fighting stuff, you know, like, and I really enjoy being part of the choreography of that. Like, I sort of see it as a dance, and also the choreography of it informs, my character should inform the way we choreograph the fights and stuff like that. Well, they should inform, like, you know, my character should inform that. So I really enjoy it. I find it exhilarating. I don't know, I'm a bit of a lush. Like, I'm a bit of an epicurist. I like sort of nice stuff. I'm happy to have nothing as well, which is fine. I sort of grew up with not very much, but when I do have stuff, I like it to be nice stuff. I'm a bit of a snob. And so I think I'd fit in just fine. I think it'd probably be a combination of both. I think I'd go the Joseph path, and then I'd be racked with shame and guilt, and I'd sort of, but then I'd do it again for eternity. So I think that's probably a fair guesstimation of what would happen. Yeah, I've never before Moonlight. I haven't been involved I haven't been the lead of a TV show or a network film or anything like that. So I haven't had a fan base like this before. I've got fans around the place that have seen my work in independent film and all the rest of it. But so I'm new to this as well, and it's quite overwhelming. Not only witnessing firsthand the level of the amount of people and how much they support the show, but watching in their behaviour and how they're actually participating and stepping up and making it. So I just think it's great that anytime any of us get the opportunity to do any sort of philanthropic work, I think we should take it. So it's great. So we spend a lot of time together. We're great mates. She's really fantastic to work with. We have a very similar, like an Australian, she's British, and we have similar sensibilities. We have a similar sense of humour. We have, we grew up with the same TV, all that stuff. So we have a lot in common, and she's easy to get along with, which makes a big difference when you've got to spend 18 hours a day with somebody. So, but as far as our relationship goes, in sort of comparison to Mick and Beth, it's very different. There is no tension between Soph and I. We're colleagues, we're not lovers. We have our separate lives. But what's interesting, people talk about on-screen chemistry, and we get on screen and we work together, and those two characters have this really fantastic chemistry. I've watched it, I see it when I watch the show back, but it's in real life, it's not tangible in real life, but there it is. When you put it in the second dimension, it's on film, it's there. So.